welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name's Emily and I'm very excited for today's video because I will officially be reviewing the iPhone 12 Pro, and I've had it for about a month, so I'm really excited to be able to give you guys my thoughts on it and also be updating my iOS 14 and doing all the aesthetic things because I have yet to do that as well. But if you are not already, please make sure to subscribe and let's get into the video. So unless my iPad continues to interrupt me, we're gonna try to, thank you. Anyways, I have now had the iPhone 12 Pro for a while now, and I thought it would be a good time to give you guys an official review for those of you that have not yet got it and are kind of wondering if you should get it or not. Along with the first thing I'm going to be doing today is finally updating my iOS 14. I kind of knew when I had the 8 Plus that I was going to be getting a new phone, and although it would have transferred, I kind of just wanted to wait to do it on my new phone. So I am super excited to be doing this because I just want to have everything organized for the new year and have it look all cute, because I know so many people that have theirs done and it looks adorable and I want my phone to look cute too. So I'm actually going to scoot over here a little bit so that I can pop up my screen for you guys. I'm going to be screen recording everything that I'm doing. So the first thing that I did was I created this Pinterest board for the different pictures that I wanted to have on my home screen. The way that I'm actually going to be doing this is similar to the way that I did it on my iPad. If you guys want to check out that video, I will link it above for you guys. I did the aesthetic home screen to my iPad Pro, and I did it a little bit different. I personally have a raging hate for the way that if you make a cute app screen that it takes you through shortcuts. So we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be doing it the cute and easy way and not annoying way. So the way that we are going to be doing this is to actually do it color by color of apps. So I'm gonna have a screen for the red, orange, yellow, green, blue apps, black, white, whatever, so that way they are by color, but also we're not gonna do those annoying app screens. So what I did was I went onto Pinterest and I went ahead and I picked out a bunch of different pictures for my screen in different colors so that I had one to match each. So as you guys will see, I have some black and white, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange. The tricky part of this for me was actually finding a background that I thought would be plain and simple enough to kind of go with everything. So I think that I'm going to be using this butterfly graphic as my background so that way it's just kind of a neutral background so that all of the colors aren't all mixed up, all crazy. So that's actually gonna be the first thing that I do, is to go and change my wallpaper to just make sure that we have a blank slate. Does anybody else always do this? I always turn the perspective zoom off. I don't know why, but I always do. And we are going to change my home screen to this cute little black and white picture. Next thing I'm gonna do is go in here and download all of these images to make sure that they are in my camera roll and ready to go. Also the purple, I couldn't decide which one I wanted, and I also couldn't decide the black and white ones that I wanted. So we're just gonna roll with it and see which one we end up with. Okay, so now that all of these are downloaded, what I'm gonna do is I am just going to start. I actually have this screen over here that doesn't have anything on it, so that is going to be our first blank slate, white, and then red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then black. So hopefully this will work out well. So we are first going to add a widget. If you guys don't already know, you will need the Widgetsmith app, so you're going to download that, and then we are going to add these to our home screen. So I'm gonna go back here, we're gonna go into widget 1, and we are gonna change this up. So I'm gonna do photo. Sweet, that looks so cute. Okay, so that is a very quick tutorial on how to get these on your home page. So now what I'm going to do is add all of the white apps into this page. Okay, so I think that I have all of the white apps that I want, which isn't very many to be honest. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually go in and make this Widgetsmith a bigger one. So I'm gonna go in to this large widget, and I'm actually gonna make this the picture that I use. Edit home screen, and then we're gonna go back, add, scroll over to large. Perfect. look how perfect that worked out. I think that I actually want to organize these differently, just in order of like how I use them almost. So the ones that I use more on the bottom. Sweet, okay, first page is done. So now I'm going to get into doing the other ones. Okay, so I am back and all finished, and look how freaking good this looks. I'm seriously obsessed with the way that everything turned out. I ended up doing this for the black page, purple, blue. I have the weather, which I feel like is gonna be so convenient to have that there. Then I have green, yellow, orange, and red, and white. And guys, I feel like a new woman. I feel like a new woman. So now that I am all organized and have my iOS 14 update officially done, we are going to close out of this, and I am going to give you guys my official review on the iPhone 12. So a lot of this is going to be similar about what I talked about in my iOS 14 unboxing, but a little bit different because I can give you guys an actual real review and not just a first impressions. So as I mentioned, a lot of my first impressions were correct, thankfully. I seriously love this. I actually, first and foremost, want to say, this thing is durable. I have accidentally dropped this, I think, more times just in having this phone than I ever did when I had my 8 Plus for like 4 years. And I don't know why I've been dropping it so much, but I've been dropping it a freaking lot. So the durability on this thing is absolutely insane. Of course, I have a case and a screen protector on it, but I just feel like it holds up so well, and I'm trying to get better about not dropping it, but it really is durable, and I can just tell that the durability is better than the old phones. Another thing that I definitely noticed right when I got it that has definitely held to be true has been the camera quality. I have loved playing around with the camera on this. My pictures are so much better. The quality on them is so amazing, and I noticed that it like almost auto corrects any weird lighting. Like when I take pictures in my mirror in our living room, sometimes the background will look weird at first, and then I can see it like auto correct itself and make the picture look so much better. And so it has been amazing to have that, especially because our apartment right now doesn't have like a ton of natural light. Next up, I wanted to talk about glitches. When I first got my 8 Plus, I feel like there were a fair amount of glitches, and I know that one of the reasons that sometimes people don't get iPhones right when they come out is because the first round of production can be kind of glitchy, and then they have to fix that with the updates. But honestly, I have not found this phone to be glitchy at all whatsoever. Everything has worked seamlessly, and I'm honestly really impressed, as I always am with Apple. But for the price that this phone is, I feel like, although I will never feel justified for buying a phone over $1,000, I do really feel like this phone is really good quality, so you won't regret buying it if you do, even though the price is a little bit up there. Another thing is, guys, this thing's battery life is absolutely incredible. I honestly think that this battery life is better than any new phone that I've got. I know that my 8 Plus was probably run down, so it would die quicker, but this phone literally lasts me all day long, and I know that lasting for like 1 day probably isn't that big of a deal, but if you use your phone as much as I do, it is a huge deal. I used to have to charge my 8 Plus 2 or 3 times, which, like I said, I know isn't like super normal. It's just because my phone was older, but I do feel like this, even in terms of like comparing when my 8 Plus was new versus when this was new, I just feel like this phone, seriously, the battery life is so good. I'm on my phone constantly for work, for my YouTube channel, just for leisure, and it holds up all freaking day. I don't have to charge it at all during the day. And so I really love that, and definitely makes getting this phone even more worth it. I've also noticed that this phone is really fast in terms of downloading, in terms of sending messages, sending pictures, sending videos. Pretty much anything that you want to do with an iPhone, it does faster than the old phones. So overall, I know that I was impressed with the first impressions, but I wanted to sit down and film a review that was after a month of having it. And so it has been a month, and I seriously think that this thing was so worth it, and it was definitely a good purchase. I would definitely recommend it if you guys are kind of iffy about buying it. I think that, in my opinion, it was worth it. Like I said, I do think that they're overpriced, but if you want a new iPhone, I think that this one has been really, really good for the last month, and all of my first impressions were true, and so I have loved having this for the last month. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I really hope that you enjoyed this iOS 14 on the iPhone 12 Pro update and the iPhone 12 review. If you guys want a more in-depth tutorial on how to use the iOS 14 update, I have a more in-depth iOS 14 video that I will link below for you guys. I actually do it on my iPad, but everything works exactly the same. So if I went a bit too fast for you in this video, I purposefully did that just because I have another video doing the exact same thing, so I didn't want to take up too much time, and I know that you guys are eager to hear about the review, so make sure to check out that video if you need a more in-depth tutorial on the iOS 14 update. But like I said, that is all I have for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.